Hello. Sorry, I was a little bit late. I was trying to fix my camera, and when I did this, it turned me sideways, so I had to go out and start back up. Okay, so today we are tackling our pantry, and I'm going to give you a few things that you can do to start looking at your pantry for organization. And then also, and do know that I'm not any type of organizational guru, but I just wanted to share kind of what I think tends to work. And I'm going to wrangle my rabbit at the same time because he's going to try to eat everything in the pantry. But the first thing that I would recommend you do when it comes to working in your pantry is create shelves that are consistent with whatever it is you're doing. So like I have a baking shelf where I put all my baking things on one shelf. I have my middle shelf, which is what we're going to conquer today, is where all of my snacks are. See, this is what I'm talking about. He's eating onion skin. Sorry. So we are going to tackle the one that I think is the place where you can make the biggest, I don't want to say mistakes, because I don't want it to be like that, but where we tend to have the most junk food would be our snack type shelves. Snack and breakfast, I would say. So if you don't have your stuff organized like that, it's just something to think about. You may realize that it helps you if you do that. So I'm just going to grab, I don't know, something in here. I have some oat crackers, and I want you to, when we look at labels, there's a few things that we need to be looking at. And the first thing is, do not bother looking at calories. If you do nothing else, I want you to stop counting calories, okay? Because the one way of thinking is I'm going to be able to burn this many calories in, say, my workout. But a calorie is not just a calorie, okay? And hopefully, if we look at everything from a holistic standpoint, the whole body, 100 calories of broccoli compared to 100 calories of Snickers are going to react in the body differently. So yes, they are the same calories, the same amount of calories, and you can burn them, but what they do to affect the rest of the body is different, okay? So you got one that's going to spike your insulin and one that's heavy fiber that's going to affect your body differently. So we can no longer look at calories like that. A calorie is not just a calorie, okay? So that's the first thing when you look at labels is don't worry so much about the calories. The next thing, is making sure that you understand the serving size. And this is one thing I talk to my kids about constantly. And this is not healthy. I'm not going to say that this is healthy. And I'm working on this. So we are all a work in progress. This says 1 cup. And there's seven servings per container. And my children, my boys, I'm going to throw them under, they will go through 1 box in 1 day. There's 2 of them. So I'm not sure how that adds up, but that's not right? So make sure that you're paying attention to the serving size, okay? Some of this stuff is stuff you already know, and I get that. But some people, we all start in different places, so I'm kind of going over everything for you. The next thing that you will see, I don't even like to really look at the total fat. What I like to look at is the trans fat. So here is information you may want to know. Trans fat is your hydrogenated fats. And it has been proven, scientifically proven, which is one reason these are now on the label, that hydrogenated fats are bad for you. bad for you, okay? So we don't want hydrogenated fats in our products. The problem is just because it says 0 grams of hydrogen or of trans fats doesn't mean it's always 0 grams of trans fat. They can have up to 0.5 without it showing up. So that's when we need to go down and look at the ingredients. And we're going to go to the ingredients in a moment. You want to also, when you are looking at your fats, so now they've separated sugars, which is great. Total sugars are not going to be the same as included sugars, okay? So you can have yogurt, say if we're thinking about yogurt. Dairy has sugar. So you can have sugar in your dairy products that are not added sugar. So specifically thinking of yogurt, you want to look at what is added sugars for those, okay? Because there's naturally occurring sugars in like your fruits, in your dairy items. So you want to make sure that you are looking at the added sugars for that. Now, when you're looking at your fiber, your protein, and your sugars, I want you to think 3, 6, 3. Okay, so 3, 6, 3, you want, did I say that wrong? Or is it 6, 3, 6? Yeah, it's 6, 3, 6. 6, 3, 6. No more than 6 grams of sugar. No less than 3 grams of fiber. No, that's not right. I was right. 3, 6, 3. Yeah. Sorry, 3, 6, 3. So you want more than 3 grams of protein, more than 3 grams of fiber, less than 6 grams of sugar. Okay? So just think 3, 6, 3. Fiber, more than 3 grams. Sugar, less than 6 grams. Protein, more than 3. Okay? And that will help when you're picking things out. In regards to the ingredients. Stephanie says we were talking one day and she likes to think of good, better, best. That which is something that my nutrition, my health coach certification talks about as well. But rather than good, better, best, we do for children, because I am certified in health for teaching children and families, red, yellow, green light eating, okay? So same kind of thing. I don't think we need to do red, yellow, green. So I'm going to go talk to you about good, better, best. So good. Anything less than 13 ingredients. Everything in your pantry needs to be less than 13 ingredients, okay? If you have something more than 13 ingredients, that is, if you do nothing else this week, that is what you're going to do. You are going to get rid of the things in your pantry that have more than 13 ingredients, okay? So that would be good. Better would be anything less than 7 ingredients on your label. Best, no more than 3. That gets really difficult, especially with kids and snacking. So, like I mentioned, if you do nothing else this week, this is where we're going to start, is I want you to look through your pantry and find anything on your good, better, best. Good would be 13. I mean, you can even say 10 to 13, get rid of it. Don't buy it again. Then better, 7, best, 3. We're all on different levels with where we are with our nutritional journey. So I'm not going to say what you need to do for you. You need to choose for you. What are those items in my pantry that I know are no good? There is a list, if you are in the membership, you will see that there is a list of 12 things, 12 ingredients that you should not have in your pantry. So that is your aspartames, think Sweet and Low, Splenda, things like that. The hydrolyzed protein, hydrogenated oils, artificial colors, artificial flavors. I got rid of my creamer because of that. Or no, it said not artificial, natural flavors. But artificial flavors for sure get rid of. MSG, get rid of it. So those are things that you want to pay attention to. Now, what I'm going to ask that you do for me is I want you to start today. You get a whole week to do this, so this should be pretty easy. You're going to go through your snack stuff. So just focus on your snack stuff, okay? If you know that your breakfast stuff is really bad too, you can do snack and breakfast. You're going to go through your snack and breakfast, and you're going to look for your good, better, best. If you have something, I'm going to pull this one up because I think this had, oh, no, there's not that many, okay? My mom got these for us. But there are things in here that sunflower oil would be something that I want to get rid of. So what I have done, and I bought them for you, if you are unsure about your oils, we'll be going into that more in 2 weeks. But this one has avocado oil. Siete is a great company if you're looking for switching things out. Look at Siete because they've got great products and they use avocado oil. And I will tell you, this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 ingredients in this, but if I look at the ingredients, they are all healthy. You're talking chipotle powder, tomato powder, onion powder, black pepper, garlic powder, parsley powder, okay? So when I'm talking 13, hopefully you understand what that means. Not so much your seasonings, but your artificial flavors, artificial colors, things like that. Now, I do have a friend who is a registered dietitian, and she gave me, she's in this group, her name is Jackie, if you ever want to ask her any questions. But she gave me a tip years ago about if you're going to buy something, say goldfish, try to bring it back to your more natural goldfish. So you might have the cheddar cheese or the colored goldfish, and they have all the artificial colors. But could you just buy regular goldfish and they'd still be that goldfish, but they're not going to have the colors that the colorful goldfish have. So hopefully that makes sense, that we start working our way towards more natural. So if you are one of those people who has a lot of items in your pantry that are, you know, that they're kind of junk foods, work on getting some of the colors out first. So if I'm thinking, okay, my family only likes Lay's potato chips. Well, instead of getting Lay's potato chips with all the sour cream and onion flavorings, maybe we just go to basic Lay's because at least that has like 3 to 5 ingredients. Yes, there's bad oils, but that's better than, you know, the one that's filled with all the different yucky products. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to let you know in regards to that. Oh, and then if you have, now he's eating the potatoes. If you have something that, okay, so if I'm looking at my pantry, they're all gone right now, but they're goldfish. If I'm looking at my goldfish, I know that this is an item that I do have for my kids, okay? They don't get a lot of garbage food, but we do have some garbage food. This happens to be one of them. I did try to get them off the cheddar one to go to the plain, but they've fought back. So, one thing that I would recommend for those that fight back, you can start looking at adding different product, what you know to be a healthier product, in there. So this will give you a prime example. We used to have Cheez-Its in our house. They came in, it's mom. It's always mom, right? She brought them in the house, and we all had like an addiction to it. And then I ended up buying these because I knew that those were just not good for us, okay? So I went with these. I bought these so long ago. But I bought these to get rid of the Cheez-Its because I knew the Cheez-Its were not something I wanted in my house anymore. I bought these to get rid of the Cheez-Its. I stopped buying the Cheez-Its, but it's a whole box of cheddar squares and we're not even eating them. So that's one thing I'm going to throw out. So that's one thing you can start working on as well. So today, hopefully this information, you found some value in what I'm telling you. If you are in the membership portal, you can go back and you can grab all of this information. I have it all written down for you in there. So what we're going to focus on this week, look through your snack items. If there is anything that is more than 13 ingredients, you're going to get rid of it. And it doesn't mean you have to get rid of it right away. You know, finish it up and just know that that item is not coming back into my house. I need to look for something different. And just focus on one thing. Because if we're focusing on trying to change everything at once, you're going to get a ton of pushback. So let's focus on one thing. And what I'd like you to do, you can post it in the comments below, or I will also post a picture of one thing I'm getting rid of in my pantry. Let me know what's one thing in your pantry you're getting rid of that is not coming back into your home, okay? So if you have questions, let me know. Feel free to ask them if you have any questions right now. I don't see where I can see. I don't know why I can't see them, but if you have questions, let me know. And if not, then feel free to ask me questions along the way. I'd be happy to answer them for you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. But this week, I will post what the homework, so to speak, is for you that we will work on to help clean our pantry out.